So while the presentation is getting loaded, it's a pleasure to be up with you all today. I'm Peter Kramer, I'm with Solstice Initiative, and I'm up from New York City today. One other thing that you should know about me is that my father is actually a 40-year veteran of the oil and gas industry. So I don't know whether it's rebellion or guilt that has drawn me to solar, but it's a pleasure to be with folks who are like-minded and really want to help us grow the solar pie. So about Solstice really quickly, we are a social enterprise and we've been doing community solar on the ground for over a year, and we do it in a way that really brings the community piece of community solar to the front of things. And it allows us to do it rapidly, it allows us to do it at low cost and at scale. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about who we are, why we're here, and how we work, and wrap up with an example. So we've been around, like I said, for just over a year and have been doing projects on the ground. We've got a number underway in Massachusetts. That's where Solstice is based, although I am based in New York City. And we work with a number of different solar developers and community-based organizations to do these projects, and I'll tell you more about how in just a minute. And in doing that over the last year, we've gotten recognition from a number of folks, including the Echoing Green program and the White House as a model of spreading solar. So that's really quickly who we are, and it's also worth mentioning that the team has roots in nonprofits, in organizing, in solar and other environmental programs that we bring to bear here. And with that understanding of who we are, it's important to also acknowledge why we're here, and we've talked a lot about this today. We care deeply at Solstice about expanding solar to every American. Currently, not every American has access to solar, right? And a lot of us, myself included, right, are like Josie. Josie's a working mother of two in New Jersey, and she doesn't think that solar is for her. She rents her home and doesn't know about what options are available to her. So we want to expand the solar market to folks like Josie, and we're doing that, as I said, by really focusing on community first. We do that by bringing together the two sides of the community solar market. So solar project developers on the one side, and households, businesses, off-takers on the other side. And on the solar projects developer side, we're able to let them do what they do best. They focus on developing, financing, managing solar projects. And on the community side, households, they may not even know exactly what benefits are available to them. We've heard a lot earlier today about education as being really important to helping to grow solar and community solar in particular. So we work with community-based organizations to help bring some of the benefits to the customers. So we play that project sponsor role that was mentioned earlier for developers managing accounts for customers, acquiring customers, and bringing down customer acquisition costs for solar developers. On the customer side, we help to bring the best benefits that we can to the customer. So we aim to structure offerings that are customer-centric. So somewhere in that 10 to 15% of annual savings, no cost to sign up. We know that can be a real barrier for people looking to sign on to this. And of course, the environmental benefits. That's the other piece that we want to spread to more and more people. So we help to bring these two sides of the market together and play that facilitator role, that project sponsor role, and to take it a little bit further about how we do that, and how we do it on both sides in terms of identifying projects. We go where the people are. I mentioned earlier that community solar, we focus so much on community, and that has a lot to do with the fact that you may have read a recent Yale study that identifies the fact that solar is contagious, it's viral. And in communities it spreads when people know somebody else who's gone solar. It gives that sense of presence in the community, that ability to trust, and understand better what this is and how it could help me. So we tap into the power of communities by going to the places where people are, schools, churches, community-based organizations, businesses, to leverage those relationships and go where the people are to sign up the folks who can subscribe an array. We just heard about sales versus the subscription model. Solstice focuses on the subscription side. We really do want to spread access as far and wide as we can, and we believe that that's a really great way to lower barriers to participation for customers because there's not that upfront fee. It's more flexible if people need to move around. So as I mentioned, we focus on community. I want to give you one example at the end, but before I do that, I want to tell you a little bit about some of the lessons that we've learned from doing this work on the ground for over a year. So starting counterintuitively, on the far right-hand side, your right-hand side of the screen, I talked a little bit about that local organization and aggregating demand. That's the work that we do on the ground with community-based organizations to bring together customers who want to do a community solar deal and subscribe to array. So that's a key piece of our model because we know that solar is contagious and spiral. We also want to design a customer-centered project that allows for more participation. So the features that we've heard a little bit about today from other folks that we really take to heart in designing our offerings are having somewhere around 12, 15, 10, 15% of annual savings, no upfront fee, no cancellation fee. Those can also be barriers for people trusting and willing to take the leap into community solar. And then finally, we've also heard a lot about the FICO score and participation of low to moderate income households. And it's something that's a reality of getting financing for a deal. And we want to find an alternative to that. And we're doing a little bit of our own research to look into what other ways we could demonstrate creditworthiness to assure financiers and still expand access to low to moderate income households. So those are some of the insights that we've gained from doing this over the last year. And I'll close just with an example of one of our projects in Massachusetts right now. This is in the community of Fairhaven, Mass. If you're familiar with Massachusetts, it's in southeastern Massachusetts, right near New Bedford. And that's an area of the state that doesn't have a lot of the economic benefits that a hub like Boston does in Massachusetts. So there's a 1 megawatt project that we've got in development out there, and we're playing the role, again, of aggregating demand for this project that's being developed. We're partnering with those 3 organizations, among a few others, in the local community to reach out and aggregate demand. So Marion Institute, a local environmental organization that has 5,000 members, New Bedford Chamber of Commerce that's helping us make business connections, local business connections, and UMass Dartmouth that employs a number of folks in the region and has a number of students in the community as well. Those organizations are known entities to the people of Fairhaven, whereas they may not yet know Solstice. So we build relationships with those community-based organizations to help us get introduced to the community, help make better connections, and have that credibility in subscribing an array of shared solar. So we hope to bring more projects like this to New York, and I'd love to meet you later on today and talk about how we could work on that together. Thanks.